Happy
Happy.
Halloween. And even if you don't celebrate it, oh, that sucks for you.
What did you title this?
I didn't title it anything. Well, I don't think I did, but it is a Halloween special, and we thought we would talk about different themes related to Halloween and weird and the scary.
I must say you look amazing.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No,
I
I
just got a
don't.
notification. We're
He,
live.
do you know what he said? He said, "Have you got a filter on?" I said, "I haven't got a filter on."
That's good, babe. You're good.
No, I don't. I feel
You look
terrible.
Yeah, you look wonderful.
Uh,
What are you gonna talk about first?
you have the list.
You look so much taller than me.
That's nothing new.
That's not true. That's not true. We both got the list.
I don't know you had the full list.
Yeah, but you were writing stuff down like we were just discussing things. Like,
Well, I did write a couple of things down and little
well,
stories I thought we could talk about.
that sounds really great. Would you like to open with one of those little stories? Reincarnation.
Reincarnation.
Okay,
Okay,
so these are you want me to break down the topics for these guys and they can chime
go on
up
then.
as if they want? Okay, so we wanted to do like a Halloween special, like she said. We wrote down some random stuff. Reincarnation, haunting, giants, deja vu, ghosts, cursed ground, Halloween and how it's viewed in other places, because we're interested in to see how other people view it. Haunted objects, aliens versus angels.
Yeah, because they say don't actually. Let's just start there. They say that actually what was perceived as angels is actually aliens.
No, what was perceived as aliens is actual angels. There's there's no big talk right now. No, on serious, like on the Book of Enoch, and that's what they're saying
Right.
they
I,
are is the Watchers. The angels came down, and that's how the giants got started. Basically, was because
isn't
angels bred with women.
isn't the Book of Enoch all about the talk of like angels and potential alien life, and that's why it was never put in the Bible?
No,
Uh, I must be listening to a bit too much misinformation then.
I don't know. I don't think so. It's something that we're going to check out. I thought together though, like really check it out and decide on it for ourselves. I think that would be the best.
All right,
And
okay.
oh, hey, what are you saying? But anyway, shadow people, skinwalkers, which are really huge here in Utah, Skinwalker Ranch. Bonjour. Uh,
Bonjour.
what are there energies left behind by human emotion versus true hauntings?
Yeah, so where are we going to start? I'll let you start. I'll let you go
Yeah.
first for once.
I thought you were going to talk about reincarnation first, because you wrote that story down on the
Okay, thanks for leaving that one to me. Okay, then. First of all, do you believe in reincarnation?
me.
Yeah.
I don't know either way.
Do you not?
I think there's evidence that supports that, and there's evidence supports that it's not.
Shalom.
Huh? Shalom.
Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of like the idea that there's the potential to come back again and do it all again. Like if you've messed up the first time, it would be nice to think you've got a second chance.
Or it could just be so great where you get where you're going that you might want to stay.
Maybe. But
Sure.
reincarnation does exist, doesn't it, in literally all cultures and religions. Like everybody believes in that.
Well, not everybody, but I don't really know. I mean, like in Hindu religion and stuff like that, they do, yeah. They believe in that. Certain religions do, but I don't know if every culture believes it. I guess they do to an extent, huh?
Yeah.
European cultures even to an extent.
So I think one of the most famous cases was with James. I don't know how to say his surname. Lienga, Lienga, Lienga.
But the boy, or all the
Yeah.
you're talking the one in India or the boy?
No, I'm talking about the American boy. Here's my little doggy on Halloween. Oh, bless him. He just thought he'd come say hi. He's on the move. Yeah, so he started off as a very young child having nightmares, didn't he? And he would see himself in a burning aircraft. And
Yeah.
when his parents started to research it, they started to research the details that he was given. And I think it was, wasn't it, the aircraft carrier? He gave the name of the aircraft carrier, and when they researched it, it did actually exist in World War Two. And that these are details that a child so young could never have known. So it does make you wonder if there is something in that, that you can be born again and come back.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of cultures, like you said, believe in that. I was trying to, yeah, I got it pulled up again right here. His name was James Leanger, born 1998 in Louisiana. Story: as a toddler, James claimed memories of being a World War II fighter pilot named James Houston Jr. He described planes, battles, and specific names before he could even talk properly. Verification: his parents researched and found that the pilot actually existed and died in the exact way James described. Modern Western case heavily publicized. So, and then it gives several, like Cameron Macaulay, Scotland. These are the most researched ones right here and verifiables with science and stuff like that. Cameron claimed he lived on a nearby island in Benbecula in a previous life, remembering details about a specific house. Verification: investigators found the house he described, though it was abandoned. His memories matched the previous occupant. Well, and then you've heard of Dorothy Eady,
Um, Recap that
England,
one.
Egypt. Claimed she was an ancient Egyptian priestess, Benchesti, or I can't pronounce it.
You see, I kind of feel like if you say that you were somebody, like royalty or someone, famous, you kind of wonder if people are doing it for attention. But when somebody describes a past life that's just an ordinary person, you kind of wonder if there is something in that.
Yeah, she went on to be a famous Egyptologist, actually, and she could translate stuff that other people couldn't,
Wow.
which is kind of suspicious, but what made her right, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Most famous overall is Shanti Devi because of one of historical documents and Gandhi's involvement in that case. So,
I
yeah.
remember watching a documentary about reincarnations, and there's this little Indian boy who claimed that he died from being shot in his head. And he did have like a birthmark where he describes where the bullet had gone into his head. And anyway, they researched the person that he said he was and found that this man had died in the next Indian village. And he had indeed died of a shot to the head. And it was in the location of where this boy's birthmark was.
Mm.
So you kind of think that maybe there is something into the whole reincarnation thing.
Or things we just don't understand either, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, that goes into psychics and mediums, and then they can tell like futuristic stuff or what, you know what I mean? It could go into something like that too.
yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, these cases are pretty unexplainable, like with just regular logic. You can't really explain it, you know. Yeah. You're opting for reincarnation. I know that.
I
You
don't
want
know.
to come
I
back.
I tried to do one of these self hypnosis things where you try and put yourself under and then see about previous life, and then I came up with a fighter pilot in World War Two that I crashed my aircraft. But I was a man, and it's so weird because I got married at 22. There was things that were kind of symbolic to my now life that came up in that
And then the
previous
other one
life.
you've had visions too of the prairie and right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But that would be
yeah.
before the World War II stuff or World War One.
Yeah, I kind of feel that was probably like mid 1800s in America. And I was called Sally Ann, and my husband was a sheriff. But
Yeah.
like the images are so like clear, and I was able to draw like their like log cabin and everything. But then you don't know, is that just your mind playing tricks on you and you're creating those images, or is it actually some, a visualization from a previous life or something?
Yeah. Answer? It's asking to add Q&A
What?
stuff. I don't know. It's asking to add Q&A stuff on here. I don't really understand it.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You've just deleted yourself, hasn't he? He's just left me to it. He's abandoned me. I don't know if I can actually pull him back now. Oh, add. Hey, I didn't. You kicked yourself out. That's what you
Yeah, I
did.
know. Were you okay?
Yeah, I just, the show must go on.
Yeah.
Right, pick something else off your list.
Off our list?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But he always corrects me. If I say your,
Oh,
it's
shit.
our, it's our.
It is our list. We
It's
both created this. I don't know. What do you want to do? Like shadow people or skinwalkers, or what do you want to do?
okay. Took skinwalkers then.
What do you want me to talk about?
I don't know. What's your understanding of skinwalkers?
History of Skinwalker Ranch.
So
No.
basically, skinwalkers are seen as like shape shifting. They transform into
Very,
animals.
very heavy in the Native American culture,
Yeah,
actually.
wolves, coyotes. People will describe seeing a human figure that will shapeshift into a wolf or something, don't they?
Yeah, and they have a really famous case here, Skinwalker Ranch. It's been pretty, it's infamous almost.
Yeah,
Um, and it talks about malevolent shape shifting witch or spirit that can take the form of animals or humans there that have been seen by a lot in the local the area was originally inhabited by the Ute and Navajo tribes. They're just tribes of Native American Indians who considered the land spiritually dangerous. Stories of unexplained animal mutations, strange lights, and eerie creatures were passed down orally, oral history. And then the Sherman family bought it in 1994 to 1996. Um, they owned the ranch in the 90s, and they reported phenomenons, cattle mutilation, large unidentified footprints, objects moving or disappearing, strange lights, and flying objects in the sky, which go beyond uh, skinwalkers. But
but then all that area is where when we did our road trip, we were driving kind of that kind of area as well.
we were
And
driving in that kind of land, but we were south of
we
that.
were
But like
south
the
of
same
that.
stuff, there was a ton of Native Americans out in that area where we were at,
I know. And
and
then
that's
we
by the
caught that
Four
on our
Corners.
video as well.
Oh, that little thing,
Yeah.
people clowned and teased, but
They teased us saying, "Oh, it's just like a bird or something." But
there was nobody.
it literally just flashed on the camera and flashed away. And when you zoom in, it looks like a flying thing with a face.
Was that on TikTok?
Yeah, we posted it on
You want me
TikTok.
to show it right now?
Oh, can you? Go on then.
Oh, I'm gonna pull it up right now. Let
Oh,
me go into
because he's got two
friends,
phones.
and you got a computer. It's the same thing. Um, I gotta go into your profile to track it down. Yeah, here
But
we go.
literally we take so much video footage, and this was kind of unexplainable. But this was all in that region of Utah.
Yeah, here it goes.
You can see that we were just driving along. It's completely isolated out there. There's nothing. It's almost like a mining town,
See it flash right there?
and it flashes. It was so strange.
I don't know what that is.
I
And
don't know
it's
what
so
it
it's
is.
so weird how quick it flashed.
And flashed off. Yeah. I think it's just the fact that when you zoom in, it's like something flying and it looks like it's got a face.
Yeah, super strange. I don't know,
And when
'cause they're kinda like angelic almost, it looked, but
Jesus.
well, it did. Yeah, like wings and that's what I
I,
don't know.
I'm not sure I would describe that as angelic.
What would you describe it as, a bug?
No, I wasn't describing it as a bug, but I would say that it looked not of this world.
Yeah, angelic.
That's not
N
angelic.
not of this world. Yeah, I
No.
don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it was super strange, and just the whole creepy vibe out there was super strange to me.
Yeah, it was very. I didn't feel comfortable out there at all.
No, not at all. It's, like, horrible. A bunch of sand buggies. Weirdos, man.
That location wasn't actually that far from Green River in Utah, which is where we were like,
Yeah, the Four Corners area.
where we found it a bit creepy.
It's really creepy. But yeah,
Do you think
skinwalkers,
that's because it's so barren out there though?
it has a lot of history out there and bloody wars and just everything like that. Like tribes battled each other out there for way before we showed up on this place. But a lot of murder, a lot of I don't know,
Which
maybe
kind
sacrifice.
which kind of goes into that can land be cursed?
Could be. They called like the Skinwalker Ranch, the Utes and the Navajos call that cursed land, like poison, that area for a reason. But I don't know. Maybe
Is that because the Native Americans would curse that land themselves
I don't know. I wonder why. I
or
don't
put
know.
curses on it?
Want me to ask?
Is this where you chat GTP it?
Oh, you already know.
It's everything is chat GTP
What would
now.
Native Americans
Obsessed.
consider cursed ground, and why would they curse it? The ground. Let's ask.
He
Interesting.
talks about all this stuff being deadly in years to come, it's going to take over everybody's lives, and yet he's using it every day for everything.
In many, uh, in many Native American cultures, cursed ground or bad haunted land isn't always thought of in the same way as in European folklore. But there are overlapping concepts of sacred, taboo, or spiritually dangerous places. Here's a detailed breakdown: types of cursed or dangerous grounds, sites of violent death or tragedy, burial grounds,
Yeah.
areas inhabited by malevolent spirits. That's what they considered a Skinwalker Ranch area, malevolent spirits. Sacred or forbidden areas. Some land is off limits to uninitiated mountain peaks, caves, or water sources because improper presence could invite spiritual punishment or misfortune. Reasons for cursing or avoiding land. Native Americans rarely curse land in the sense of deliberately making it bad for others, but they may avoid or ritually mark areas as dangerous for several reasons: spiritual protection, respect for the dead, maintaining balance, teaching or social control. And then it goes into the Navajo, the Dine, the fear skinwalkers, witches, and cursed areas near old cemeteries. Entering these zones without proper ritual protection is considered dangerous. Lakota, Dakota, certain battlefields. The Ojibwa, some lakes, caves, or islands are considered inhabited by spirits. Trespassing or taking items could bring misfortune. So, pretty creepy.
Yeah.
I know. Something definitely happened out there where we were
The
at.
Oh God, what was that movie with the little girl with with the really blonde hair?
Poltergeist?
Poltergeist. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the theme of the movie was it was built on an Indian burial ground.
But didn't am I wrong for thinking that they actually those bones that they was in the movie were real bones?
They were real. Yeah, they were where she was in the
Because
swimming pool with them and stuff. They were real
yeah,
skeletons. Yeah, that's creepy. And then like some bad stuff happened to them people.
I know.
You shouldn't play around like that with.
Like a lot of people died of different illnesses, didn't they?
Yeah, I think even a few maybe on set, not to paraphrase or not to quote it, but yeah, I think some even died during the movie. Uh,
Yeah.
if anything, they got a string of bad luck. You know.
But you tend to find, like, sometimes if the land is bad and then you build a brand new house, that things happen in those houses, but also, people can keep getting sick. So, say somebody will die of a heart attack, and then the next generation will die of heart attacks, and then the next, and it's like a cycle of bad luck of the same illnesses and things.
Yeah. I guess I could go back to family curses too. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah. When you say family curses, I just start. I think about my own father who believes that our family is cursed because people see, like,
Well, he
Aaron
thought
do.
because they used to film the dead or take pictures of something, he thought one of the curses came from that.
Yeah, he said that his grandparents were some of the first to, like, photograph the dead and ghosts and things. And his sister was really into the paranormal. And then he said that his dad used to go around with the priest doing exorcisms. And my dad does exorcisms apparently, but the only video I saw was him and what was his ex wife. Ooh, I'm possessed.
I've never seen it. The video got taken down. I wish I could have seen it.
Oh, it's so funny because before I knew who his wife was or anything about her, I saw this video that my dad was doing, like doing an exorcism. And then afterwards, I realised it was his bloody wife.
Was it for sure?
It was definitely his wife.
Creepy.
And she's there pretending to be like possessed spirit, you know. And he's
That's
like,
just
I cast you out in the name of the Lord.
yeah, he does have that voice you were telling me.
I know, I know.
Yeah, it's just strange. Just doing exorcist on his wife just for film or what? But
Well, I think it's just out of service, isn't it? Because he described himself as an exorcist faith healer.
first above his name.
What?
Before he introduces himself, he'll say, "I'm an exorcist first, instead of my name is John or Joe or whatever. I'm an exorcist, and my name is John."
I'm a faith healer.
Yeah, I don't know. But from hearing conversations, I would not agree with that at all. So
Have you ever caught anything on camera that's you can't
me,
explain? Yeah.
yeah, I just caught a bunch of ghosts humping on my bed.
You're gonna have to put that into context.
What do you mean? I downloaded a ghost app and they were like doing bad stuff all over my room, guys. Stick figures.
You still got
It's,
that app on your phone?
yeah,
Yeah. Are you gonna show us?
I'm gonna show you guys.
Give us a laugh on Halloween night.
Yes. I don't know if this is inappropriate or appropriate, but here we go, guys.
When's that stopped you?
Huh? See you.
I don't know. There's so many ghost apps now, aren't there? And these recorders and everything. I mean, I would never mess with that sort of stuff.
What?
Oh, here's a ghost app. Oh, they're getting more action than you. That's his little shrine to me, by the way, everybody. Wow, they like your room. Wow, that's
What? Look at that.
oh my god.
Look at that. That's dirty. What do you think?
I, wow. I don't know. You just, it's just ridiculous, isn't it, really?
Mm, I got a bad app.
I'm not doing that around my house. I'd be absolutely
You did
petrified.
it around your house.
Hey?
You already did it.
Yeah, I downloaded one of those apps. We were mucking around one night and
And you
all
did
I
it the
got,
next day.
oh, just to see, but it turned up in the same location. So it was the bread. It was mapping out the bread.
And then you told me you did it the other day. You were messing like tonight or you did.
No, I didn't.
You did. Thought you did.
No, I didn't. I haven't got the app on my phone.
Don't say you got it on your phone anymore. I'm just saying, I swear you told me that. Uh, that's just kind of weird. I think that's just a bad app. Getting more
That's it.
action than me. We got stuff.
Yeah, say what it's got at the top of the screen.
Yeah, no, I'd rather not. Well, it's advertisements. It takes you to Timu. The hell, Timu.
I
Mm,
didn't realize Timo offered.
it takes you to Timu.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it had cool girls on the top.
Ain't no call girl on the top. What? No call girl.
Because we were joking, laughing, because all the little stick figures, it was like they were doing sex positions around his room.
They were earlier when we looked at it. There was like doubles together and stuff. It was like, what? It's just strange.
I know.
Um, so I went over Skinwalker stuff. Do you want to pull another topic?
Go on then.
No, it's your turn.
Oh my God. Okay, so haunted.
Whoa, calm
What?
down there, man.
What?
It's
He
okay.
can't. He can't handle my feistiness. Haunted objects. So we found out about Busby's stoop chair. It's an oak chair that was supposedly cursed by the murderer Thomas Busby before his execution. And people who have sat in that chair have died after sitting on it. So now it's in a museum up on the wall. So nobody
So
can
nobody
sit
can
on
sit
it.
on it again. Yeah,
Yeah. Do you believe in like furniture being haunted?
I don't know. I've never encountered anything. I haven't really researched that stuff. Till we looked at stuff. You're way ahead of me on it. So
Well, so when I was a kid, when I was like 4 years old, in my mum's bedroom, she had an old Victorian dressing table and a matching wardrobe. So it was messy. It matched and it was oak. She didn't get any bad vibes off that dressing table, but the wardrobe was, she believed, haunted. I got distracted. So she believed that the wardrobe was haunted because things would go missing in it and she'd hear noises from it. And then we even saw a figure at the corner of it. So it does make, sometimes you do wonder, a piece of furniture, can it have energy or something attached to it? But she
some
got rid of
energies.
that. She got
Yeah, and
rid of that.
she doesn't kind of believe that stuff, but like she can't deny that.
Yeah, I know. And I
Yeah.
used to, because I was only little and I was only 4, I used to play inside of it in the wardrobe. I used to crawl in and she would be like, get out, because she was terrified I'd get locked in it.
So you were never like scared of it, huh?
I don't know. I don't think I ever really thought anything of it. But my mum did. She hated that wardrobe and it was antique. It was like from the Victorian era. And then
Mm.
she ended up selling it really cheap because she just wanted to get rid of it when we moved house.
Just got a bad vibe from it.
Yeah.
She didn't. Yeah, and she doesn't believe in that stuff, but she felt like something was real then, you know?
No, she doesn't believe.
Interesting. And you've had kind of stuff in the house you're in now currently, right?
Yeah, but that's to do with the house. That isn't to do with objects within my house.
Objects coming up missing.
Yeah, I've had things move and then be put back.
Yeah.
That's not been uncommon in my house.
Even though that's super uncommon. You know what I mean? That is super uncommon.
It's so weird because I could think that that was a figment of my imagination there, but then one day my neighbour, she came to me and for out of nowhere she was talking to me and then said, "Oh, your house is haunted," and she said, "You know the guy that lived in it before you, he would have things go missing, and that was why he wanted to leave because it spooked him." Oh,
He No, absolutely, he didn't want nothing to do with that. Huh,
yeah.
that'd be creepy out, you know? Um, so
Have
we
you not
covered
have you not ever had anything then where anything's given you the creeps?
uh
Nothing.
no, not that I can think of, not with a sober mind, you know? So, just saying. Um, we've done skinwalkers, haunted objects, a ghost. Do you wanna talk about ghost?
Oh my god, I wouldn't know where to start.
Well,
I
we
feel
could
like I've seen a lot in my life.
I know. Do you think some of it because, like, even when your daughter was young, she seen the monk or the what was he, in the do you think
So
that's residual energy? That's what I
that
really am curious about.
that I would say was residual. So me and Clara went off to this place we'd never been to in North Somerset, and we just we pulled up beside this building that to me looked like an old medieval house. It was derelict. It was completely hollow inside. There was nothing. It was just literally a shell. And when we were leaving there, Clara said, when we got back home, she said, I thought I saw a monk in the upper window. And I said, "What do you mean the upper window?" And she said, "Just a monk walked past." When I looked up that building and what it was, it's attached to a tea rooms and it's called the Chantry Tea Rooms. And when I looked at the history of that building, it actually did belong to the Lord of the Manor, who employed, I think he employed 5 monks back in 1354, something like that. So there were monks in that building. Now, there is no way that Clara would have even known that, but that is what she described seeing, that a monk had walked across the top past the window.
Hmm. Yeah, super creepy.
I know.
Freaked you
But
out?
it did. But then I'm just like, how fascinating and how amazing to actually think you're seeing something that existed like 800 years ago,
And
like
it's
an energy and
yeah,
something
if
that,
it's residual energy for it to still have that lastingness to it. It's
yeah.
amazing. Well, pretty crazy.
So I think you can have residual energy with seeing ghosts, but then I think you have others that are very much present and active around us as well and can interact.
Hmm. Well, you definitely have them there, you know? What's wrong?
Yeah, exactly. I've seen a lot, and at
Yeah.
work as well,
Yeah. What?
and at work,
What about work?
I've seen different things.
What? Talk about it. Oh, serious.
I honestly wouldn't know where to start
Yeah,
though.
start that was really creepy. It's Halloween.
I don't know. Well, I remember me and another staff member, we were hoisting somebody into the bath, and then we just both stopped because we heard children's voices coming from above in the attic. And they were like, it was like, no, 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 no. And she went, "Are you hearing that?" And I went, "Yeah, I can hear that." And it sounded like a boy and a girl. And we have no children in the building. And then I've also seen a little boy when I was on nights. I saw a little boy. And then on another shift, I heard a little girl's voice come through one of the baby monitors that was in one of the clients' rooms. I could hear a little girl's talking, and this was like 4:30 in the morning.
You don't remember
So
what the that brings me to something else in a second, but you don't remember if what the place was before it was a home for like that? You think it was like a family home?
So I believe the building was owned by the nuns who had a school. So whether our building was used in an orphanage at some point, I don't know. And
Probably.
then before that, it belonged to a family who had children.
Yeah, that just opens up all kinds of questions for me. Is it spirits posing as children? You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
that I wonder when especially when children come through, or they're little shadows of them, or I just
Well,
won-
there's definitely a boy and a girl, and I know that we had another staff member who said that she saw out of the window at night what looked like two little children in white, like running around outside at the front.
Mhm.
So I don't know how true that is, but that's what she said she saw.
Hmm. Yeah, it's probably an orphanage, like you were saying.
Possibly.
Whether it's residual or whether it's posers or whether we don't really know, you know. Like that ghost app that I had, there's another one that has an EVP part to it. And I was doing it and it was saying weird stuff. I don't know if it's true. The EVP part, like electro,
Yeah.
like those phenomena.
That's the only thing with those devices. You don't know if they're just throwing out words. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, like,
Well,
when,
somebody takes a legitimate tape recorder in there and does one. Like it's
yeah.
legitimate, nothing on it, and they pick up stuff.
Or you hear stuff yourself. Because, like, I remember on my night shift, I went to answer one of the bells. And as I went into the client's room, as I went to shut the door, I heard, hang on, just like that, in that tone, hang on. And it freaked me out because there was nobody there and I heard this other voice. And now I look back, I was shutting the door and it went, hang on. So
What
whether
did you
it
do?
wanted, I, I kind of froze and jumped. And then the client that I was with was like, what's wrong? And I said, did you not just hear that voice? And she went, no. She didn't hear anything, and then afterwards she was like, "Sorry, what did you hear exactly?" And I told her, and she was really religious, like, she was a strong Catholic, and there's me saying, "I just heard a voice and nobody's there,"
What'd
you
she
know?
say? That was Mary,
She
right?
Yeah, she didn't say anything, she just looked kind of like, I don't know, how would you feel if somebody's just said, "I heard a voice in your bedroom," and there's nothing there?
I think maybe she heard it before too. Then I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes I wondered about that because she always used to take her cross to bed with her. She always used to hold it in her hands at night.
Yeah, she probably definitely seen something or heard something in there. Especially
Yeah,
if you hear laughter and stuff. You can't be the only two. You and the other nurse that heard
I
laughter.
know.
You know, and it's probably manifested more than them times. Those people live there all the time, so the chances of them having interactions more than you guys is great.
I
You know,
know.
be sleeping with the crucifix also. Ah,
Stop it. Have you not ever had any ghostly things happen to you?
no, I think I have.
Nothing.
Well, I don't know. Was it drugs or was it real? I don't know. You know, like shadow people and voices and stuff like that.
What have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen shadow people
Like what? You've never told me that.
down streets and in trees. Well, I was on drugs. I don't know if that shit was real. I don't know. Probably not, but maybe it was.
What do you mean in trees?
Like shadows in trees, like people in trees. But I think I was
Really?
just on this one. That's really, you know, I mean, really nothing to talk about because you don't really know what it is. Like, if it's a drugs or is it, I could go into a whole slew of stories for you like that. But if it's real, I don't know, babe. You know, I would have to say probably not. You know, drugs cloud your mind, you know, or do they open it up?
Well,
Hmm.
exactly. It could open it up, couldn't it?
I think psychedelics do. But
I think I think there's so much that probably goes on around us and we don't see it.
yeah, I think there is a veil that Maybe the natural eye can't see. Maybe they get through sometimes, but definitely it's around us. Definitely. I would say there's too many stories. There's just too much for it all to be lies. It's just too great. Too many stories. Too much. It's too great. But what do
Mm.
you
I've had so much happen in this house that I'm just like,
pop can moving? I mean, wow. You know,
it wasn't even it wasn't even just that can moving on the desk. It was the fact that I was when we were in a relationship and I was thinking, are we soulmates? And I was Googling soulmate quotes.
hold on. Back up.
What? What? What?
Soulmate.
Yeah,
Are we?
are we? But anyway, in my story, so
Right.
I'm Googling soulmate quotes and crying. I was emotional, and that's why I was like, I really wanted to write something emotional to you. And I was looking at soulmates and thinking, are we soulmates? I
When
remember questioning.
year was it when I was going through all of that? Thinking I was gonna die, or was it before? When was it?
It was over something medical that made me worried about losing you. And then I was Googling soulmate quotes. And then I just, out of the corner of my eye, saw my can of Fanta just being moved quickly towards me, like somebody just pushed it towards me. And I just stopped scrolling on the computer. And then I felt something drift down my hand and my arm. And then when I looked at the screen, there was a quote there about soulmates are like ghosts. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but soulmates are like ghosts. Not everyone. Oh, I can't remember how it goes now.
Trying to remember. I'd have to go look at my text because I we did talk about this. Yeah,
Yeah, not everybody sees them or believes in them, but oh,
they're there. Something like
yes,
that.
but it was the fact that the quote that I'd landed on when that moved was "Soulmates are like ghosts," something like that. But it's the fact that it said "ghosts" as well. It was all so weird and creepy.
It's pretty cool, actually.
I know.
Uh, you want to talk about dreams?
Dreams?
Hmm.
What about dreams?
Just different degrees of dreams, different dreams. Like, do you have a dream that you remember from your childhood that you remember today? Because dreams usually fade when you have them. Like they're like vapors. You can't. Do you have a dream that you specifically remember so much detail to that it's still vivid to you today that you had when you were younger?
Um,
So still like
no,
it was.
but do you know what I think people do get is recurring dreams? And I have three recurring dreams. One is to do with rodents and that I'm mistreating them, and whether it be hamsters, mice, or rats, and I'm keeping them in such disgusting conditions that they're dying. And I
Mm.
don't know why I have that recurring dream, but I have that a lot. The second one is there's an old house, and you go into the attic, and it leads to a secret area of the house, and it's extremely haunted. That one's another recurring dream I have. It's still set back in time, like the furniture's all old and everything. There's all treasures in there, but it's really haunted.
Yeah, I would like to hear from anybody that watches this later or whatever. Maybe you can just put in the comments about a dream you've had, something, maybe a dream that came real, or maybe a dream that you remember from when you were a small child. You remember just as well today as when you had it. I don't know. Just curious. Dreams, I think, are powerful. Uh,
Why do you think they're powerful?
I don't know. I just do. I mean, they tell futures. People do with dreams. They all kinds of different things with dreams. I don't know.
Have you ever had a dream that's come true?
I don't know if it's been true, but I remember dreams when I was a child. Like when I was falling, I would go like I'd be in construction sites or whatever. I remember it's clear, and I would fall, and I always get caught right before I'd hit the ground. I don't know if it was an angel or Jesus, but it was definitely a heavenly being, all in white. But I remember it so clearly, and I had them as far back as I could remember. And they stopped when I started to get about a teenager, and I don't remember having them anymore since then. But I remember them from. And I'm 40, almost 50 years old. I hate to admit it, but I still remember those. I just don't know why. But with most dreams, you don't really remember them. You know,
Well, some dreams are just so random, isn't it? You can't, they don't make sense
but it was one that
as
happened over
well.
and over
But
again. Yeah.
I think there's something in the recurring dreams that are the same.
But I mean, if it's any indication of my life, I sure fell a lot, but I was caught right before I crashed. Well, I crashed, but you know what I'm saying? Like falling from a great height and not dying. You're like right before I'd hit the ground. I would just like get lift settled to the ground. You know what I mean? Not and wake up. It gets settled to the ground. And I'd be looking, and it was like with the hand movement, settled to the ground, just over and over and over, and then wake up. I mean,
And
in
you
the
haven't had that in adulthood.
no, not since I started to become a teenager. It's just weird. I just remember those so vividly.
But did those dreams, would they give you comfort at
Yeah, I
that
didn't.
time?
Yeah, I didn't hit the ground. Well, the fall was so scary. You know what I mean? Just falling, but I'd be up like walking on like new construction walls, and it was so weird. Just weird. I never searched to see if there's any meaning or what it means or anything like that, but definitely remember it. You know,
Yeah, because some people's dreams can be like premonitions, can't they?
that's another topic. Let me circle that.
Did you
We can
like the
work.
way I led into that?
Oh, I do. I do. Premonitions. I don't understand what that means.
Have you ever had a premonition?
I don't know. I mean, well, if in those dreams when I was a child were any indication, I would have to say they were pretty premonition. Like I was gonna fall, but like I don't know. I think God is real. I personally believe it. He had me. I mean, I'm here. I'm on the other side of where my life was, and it was freaking bad, man. Mental. It was horrible, but I came through it. So I would have to say that was premonition on a personal level.
Do you think those dreams, thinking that it was like something like Jesus catching you and helping you
See,
guide?
the angel or Jesus, I don't know. They didn't announce themselves. They didn't speak. I wasn't given a word or spoken to. I was just seeing a vision, like seeing whatever it was, an angel or Jesus or whatever. I was so young that I don't remember knowing if it was Jesus or identifying because I wasn't really brought up Christian. You know what I'm saying? Going to church and stuff a lot. We went every now and then. You know,
But do you
I mean,
think now that you've got a strong faith, do you think looking back at those
strong.
dreams makes that belief stronger? Do you see it as significant?
Oh, I see it as significant because I never forgot it. Out of all my
Yeah.
other dreams I've had, and every time I sleep, babe, I have a dream. I dream every time. Every single time. I don't remember just going to sleep and waking up. I always remember that I've had a dream, you know what I mean? Always remember dreaming. But yeah, I would say it's significant because I remember that out of all of them. And it was a repeat, you know, happened over and over and over. So I don't know. I don't know what it means or what do you mean by premonition? What does that mean exactly? I'm going to chat GPT it because I don't really understand what you're saying right now.
Well, a premonition is when you get a feeling that something's going to
Mhm.
happen, isn't it? And then it does happen.
Okay. Should we get the dictionary version right here?
Go on then.
Premonition is a strong feeling or sense that something is going to happen in the future, usually coming negative or significant before there is any actual evidence. It's like an intuitive warning or foreboding. Example, you might suddenly feel uneasy about someone traveling somewhere and later find out that something dangerous happened on their trip. That uneasy feeling was a premonition. You know what? I really haven't had dreams like that, but like I don't know, like feeling a dread or something maybe I've had. I can't really wrap it around like a significant event that I seen as as something that happened from that feeling. You know what I mean? But obviously, I've had feelings of dread, or really anxious feelings out of just randomness. But I can't necessarily say that I can wrap it to an event.
Mhm.
You can?
I don't, I don't know. I wouldn't say I've ever had a premonition, but I remember going to my local park with my daughter, and just before I went to push the gate open, I thought, no, don't go in. You shouldn't go in today. And I remember that feeling was so strong that I ended up walking away because the actual park is quite
Hold
secluded.
on. Doubt you're not remembering. I'll
What?
tell you. I'll tell you one in a minute that you don't remember. You told me
What?
about locking your house up. Remember? You got woke up to lock your house or something like that.
That wasn't a premonition.
That was something that
No, I know what you're talking about. So one night I went to bed and I remember distinctly feeling like something was trying to wake me up to tell me to wake up. It's almost like you're asleep and somebody's standing over you and they're saying, wake up, wake up, wake up. But there's nobody there. Anyway, I didn't wake up. And the next thing I just heard the walkie-talkie. So Clara had a pair of walkie-talkies. The one was in her room and the other one was in my room, and I'd switched it off. This started going off at 2:30 in the morning. It was going off, and I remember getting up and thinking straight away, you need to check the back door because you've left it open. And immediately I got up and I went downstairs, and indeed that back door was open. I hadn't locked it, and I remember locking it. That's what happened. It was like something was standing over me, telling me I had to get up and go and lock it. And when I didn't listen, then the walkie talkie was going off, and there was no reason why that walkie talkie should have been going off because I'd switched it off. And the other one was in Clara's room, and nobody was in that room.
no, but you've also had some really strange stuff like her tucked in when she was a baby and just some really strange stuff.
I
Yeah.
know.
That
I
leads me to believe
know.
that whatever's in there is not harmful.
Oh
Other
no,
other than the stairs ones, you know?
I believe I've got a man and a woman, and I believe the woman is motherly and protective, and I believe the man is not so nice.
And I think he's the voice I heard when we were praying over the
Do
over the phone.
you?
I mean, it was really gruff, and it's kind of like you explain like you think it's a man and you've heard a gruff voice, but it was so weird. He was like, "Yeah,"
Clara's heard a gruff voice.
when we were praying and right at the end of a prayer, and we
Yeah.
said his name, and he's like, "Yeah," all
Yeah.
gruff. That was weird, man. I heard over the phone when we were visiting. No
It
other
was
ex.
it was Clara that first because I kind of I always felt I was never sure if I had a man or a woman in my house. Like I kind of would say I kind of felt like I could have both, but it was only when Clara it was in the day and she just was like crying. I could hear her crying downstairs and I came down. I said, "What's wrong?" And she went, "I heard a man's voice." And I said, "What did it sound like?" And she went, she went, she kind of mimicked it. And I remember thinking, oh my God, that sounds awful, like an old man's gruffy voice. And that was the first I realized that, oh, I've got a man in my house, like an older man. And then I remember coming off a night shift and I went for a bath and I fell asleep. And I remember being woken up by an old man's voice saying something. So I've heard it myself. And then you've said you've heard like an old man's voice when we've been on the
Yeah,
phone,
yeah,
haven't
spooky.
you?
I think all that stuff is spooky though, but then I try to put it into context like you've lived there for quite a while and nothing's bad's happened to you.
No.
That gives me reassurance. But then you haven't had any activity for a while since you've been what? Since you've been doing what? We won't.
Praying?
Well, I love you, babe. I love you so much.
No, you're saying that, but I was binding the other
That's what I'm.
week and I had sleep paralysis for the first time in ages.
Yeah, and then some different stuff with your car, random like weird stuff. But we talked about that too. I thought.
had sleep paralysis and woke up and in the reflection of the mirror, I thought I could see like a dark shadow.
Yeah, and
And
then
then I went out to my car and there was flies all over it and I even took a video.
it's so weird because I watched some videos that people had shot that they've had on their home stuff, and they're called sleep paralysis, shadows figures, and that's
Mm.
what they look like, is dark, that's exactly like you described. I looked at that stuff, and it's really strange, and then when I had the sleep paralysis, we had it about the same time. I had it in this room in my bed. The way it is now, uh, used to be on the other side, in this whole wall right here behind me, and I woke up, and I looked, and that black thing was moving up the wall in here when I finally could, you know what I mean, get my senses about me, but it was way, way, way creepy. Way creepy. Just that feeling you feel inside, sleep paralysis, horrible, man. So bad.
I can honestly say of all these incidents I've had of having sleep paralysis, I have felt like there's somebody in the room with me every time. I've
That's
never felt alone. I've heard
sleep
voices like
paralysis, they
talking
call 'em
over
sleep,
me.
entities or something when I was looking up. That's what they're, like, known for. Like, that's, like,
Yeah.
something yeah. And how about the one lady that you followed that she said to do what in the sleep paralysis? She said that you walk yourself through it and stuff, but that's kind of impossible, man. 'Cause it's a
Once you get over that fear, you should allow it to say what it's going to say or show you what it's going to show.
I don't agree. I'm not feeling that. It's such a horrible feeling inside,
Yeah.
not being able to control your nothing. It's like you're paralyzed, but feeling.
Well, you
Uh,
are paralyzed because you're awake. You can see things around you. You can move your eyes. You can hear. You just can't move your body.
yeah, it's also a feeling inside in your spirit, like inside your belly, like a fear. I don't know. It just hurts inside. Like
Like what?
I don't know. To me, anyway, when I had it, it's like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's like painful inside. Maybe it's so much fear. You know.
I think it's probably the fear, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I remember the first time it happened to me, I was absolutely terrified. I was
Yeah.
terrified.
A lot of them over the last couple of years.
Pardon?
More, more than. Do you think you've gotten more sleep paralysis as you're getting older, or more in your younger years, or
No,
more
I can't say I've had loads of incidents. I've probably had six in the past 3 years. I haven't had loads. I just know that
in the
when I've
past
had
3
them,
years?
what?
6 in the past 3 years?
Yeah.
A bunch.
Really?
I think so. I think so. I can't remember 3, maybe in forever, but I think that's quite a bit because over the last 6 years, but how many have you had over the last year? How many of those?
What, this year?
Yeah,
One.
this the last couple of years?
I honestly can't remember. I think I've had one this year, which is the one that happened the other week.
Yeah,
Last year, maybe two.
yeah, they're spooky, I know that.
But I just know I just feel that something's there standing over me.
And
I don't feel alone.
that takes us into shadow people.
Into what?
Shadow people.
Shadow people. Most of everything I've seen has been shadow people, though, like shadows.
Even when you're awake, corner of
Yes.
your eye, full on shadow people seeing.
So
Or
when I was a little girl, I saw shadows. I would see shadows, like dark shadows. Really, some were really black, and then others would look like shadows on a floor. I can honestly say I've never seen like a proper apparition where you see the features of it, something or the clothing. I've never seen that. I've only seen shadows upright ever. And that's in my house, that's at work, when I was a little child. So I
spooky.
don't know. But then think about how shadows work. It's the sun is behind you, isn't it? To cast that shadow.
What do you mean? If you're inside,
No, but you think about how shadows work.
Yes,
So the sun is behind you, isn't it?
generally, yes.
So then I think, in a spirit thing kind of way, is there light behind them?
Behind them,
Yeah,
maybe. Their own little realm coming into contact with our realm.
maybe.
It's a possibility. I mean, I'm not taking anything off the table. Ah, you know what I mean? There's just so much happening in the world. I think more paranormal's happening now than ever before, but
Do you?
there's also a lot of fakes. AI is something else, huh?
I know, I can't tell the difference
What's
now.
up with the Queen?
I know, there's so much on TikTok with the Queen, and
Sora 2 is
it's
what's out now. Sora? It's called Sora. They make all those videos.
do they? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Sora 2, and they're undistinguishable against reality. They're like
But also, you see clips now with like animals and stuff, and people are going, "Is this AI or is this real?" Nobody can tell what's real and what's not now.
leads me to what the Bible said.
Oh, good God, here he goes again.
That's what it said. It said there'll come a time towards whenever the conclusion comes that you will not be able to distinguish truth from a lie. The deception will be that great. And I can't think of anything else causing such deception as that.
Do you think we're in those times then?
That's hard to say.
Does that
You know,
mean the world's coming to an end?
I don't know if it's a start or an end, but I know that that part is true. That you can't. It's so deceptive. Like everything around us, it's so deceptive. AI, and that's just the start of AI. It's only what they're showing us. Next, they're talking super intelligence and all kinds of things. They won't even have any real actors in movies anymore. That's what it's going to come to. Everything will be just fake.
Yeah, but then that comes down to this whole like trying to get people out of jobs, isn't it? And being replacing us.
Amazon just did it. They just laid off 40,000 people, I want to say, because AI is taking their jobs.
Oh, is that true?
They're-
I
they're-
wasn't even sure if that was true or not.
In America, that's all I can speak of. Yeah, it's true because they
Wow.
tried to AIs, and he's like, AI can do it for free. So screw you guys, basically.
Do you think that's where the government should step in though, to try and preserve jobs?
Yeah. Huh. Especially if you work in logistics or warehousing like I do. Yeah, it would be nice. But my job's safe for a while because my company's cheap. I don't got to worry about that. They don't pay enough anyway. But Amazon, really, that's a true story. That's horrible, man.
We're all doomed, aren't we?
I don't think it's looking good, babe.
No. Have you
Digital,
have
it's
you
just not.
have you seen about this Atlas 3 or whatever it's called, Atlas Comet 3 or something?
Atlas 3, Atlas AI,
Yeah.
Atlas I3 or Atlas 3 or whatever. Yeah. And they got Michio Kaku's AI. They're using his likeness and everything. It's an AI stuff that they're using, but they
Is
don't tell
it?
you. Yeah, yeah, they're not saying he's a real person. He's a real astrophysicist, but they're stealing his his likeness in person and everything. And those videos look real. Him talking.
Well, I've seen those real and I'm like thinking they're real and they're
I know
not.
they're not.
So I'm being tricked.
You're being tricked,
Oh my God.
but they look real, don't they?
But is this comet real that's entered
Yes, the
our system?
comet is real, and it's on the other side of the sun right now, so we can't really see it. But some news articles that are legit said that the sun shot flares out at it, which it does to a comet. It interacts with the gases and stuff. It didn't slow it down, knock it off, alter it, nothing. It just kept cooking.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, that it's a comet, but it's not behaving like a normal comet would.
Not because they think it's putting carbon dioxide off instead of the other gases that like weird. It's just the whole thing's strange about it. Now they're saying it's going to get close and shoot off a bunch of little probes, a bunch of little alien probes to go explore. Who knows? I don't know. But
Can you
three
imagine?
Three-eye atlas is what it's called.
That's it. Can you imagine if aliens actually did land?
I So there's this guy, he came out and he said, the next big thing is they're gonna say that a spacecraft is headed towards Earth. It's way out there, and he kind of like prophesied about what's happening now, and they're kind of trying to turn it into a spacecraft, trying to prepare us for an alien contact or whatever. But I don't
You'd
know.
be shocked, wouldn't you, if you saw an alien?
Wouldn't believe it. You don't
Would
know
you
what to believe.
not?
No, how do you know it's real? How do you know it's not a demon? How do you know none of that's true? You just don't know what to believe anymore. You don't. It would be a great deception for sure, no matter what it is. So,
Have you ever seen like a UFO?
have I ever seen a UFO?
Yeah,
I've seen strange stuff out by Colorado, like fast moving lights in the sky and stuff that are unexplainable. But I
really?
have, yeah, but I haven't seen like I was high again. I can't really tell if it's truth or not. You
Oh my God. Well, I can honestly say, even though my ghost stories are all a bit wild and sound unbelievable, I was completely sober. No drugs, no drink, no
know,
smoking anything, no smoking any wacky packy.
it's wacky, wacky, backy. Years.
Just me and my little head and my
I've been
little
sober
eyes.
for years now. If I seen it, I would probably take really, I would know. But like, do you really know what's truth or a lie anymore? Honestly, babe, with what's going on in the world,
Yeah.
do we know if it's
Sorry,
man-made?
that
They're
just
gonna
me.
how about all the stuff over New Jersey that was going on a few months ago.
Those I was just you know, I was just about to say that about the orb I saw in Clara's room. This was when was this? This was probably
You had a video of it, didn't you?
no, I haven't got a video of it. It was
Oh,
like
you
10
sent me
years.
a video saying this is what it looked like. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I walked out of my room and Clara's door was open, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw this like plasma ball. That's the only way I can describe it. Plasma ball, white, round, kind of like this big, and then it just vanished. It was hovering in her room and it just
Like
vanished.
like some weird stuff, man. We have no explanation for it. It's just so like crazy.
And then when all that stuff came out of over New Jersey and they took pictures of it and you zoomed in, that is exactly what I saw in Clara's room.
And then our military come out and tried to say they were drones and the people had permission to fly them, and just lies. They're lies. They don't know how to explain them. And then all the stuff by all the nuclear sites and just a bunch of different sightings we've had here in the US they have no explanation for it, other than I don't know. I don't know what it is. Uh,
Wow,
It
I
doesn't
did.
bring comfort.
Huh?
It doesn't bring me comfort.
Wow, it just makes me think if like seeing that enclosure in that round, but that's energy. That's to do with energy.
It's a whole lot of
A-
energy.
And I think ghosts are to do with energy. There's so much we don't understand that science can't explain yet.
And then how about all the sighting they've been having underwater that like the Navy's seen, and they're going 200 miles an hour, and the fastest thing that our technology knows about is 30 miles an hour
Yeah,
underwater. So it's like four times anything we understand,
I
and then you were
know.
about cities under the ocean, and maybe aliens under the ocean that have been here
Well,
before we were.
it's the most unexplored area, isn't it? Is the deepest part of the oceans.
And then a scientist just did a research paper, and it got reviewed by her peers, and they agreed that there's something to it. That they got the signals back before anybody launched satellites up into space in the 1950s. They were receiving signals back around our Earth before we ever launched anything, any country or anything. And they don't know what that is, kind of stuff like that from the 50s. And they
But
went over like
with your religion,
yours
with,
too.
with your religion, because you're
With
more
all religions.
religious. No, I'm spiritual.
Okay, with your spirituality. Go
But
ahead.
are you allowed? Are you allowed to believe in aliens though? Like
Why
that
not?
there's other life out there?
Why not?
So you wouldn't be
There's,
shocked if
there's
something
no,
landed, a little grey landed on your
nothing
back lawn?
nowhere I ever read that said there isn't. If anybody like that believes in Christ or anything like that tells you, "Oh, that's their own opinions or some doctrine, which is teachings of men, some doctrine that they've created or they've been teaching each other that's impossible." But nowhere it talks about that. Like we go back to the book of Enoch, it talks about him getting caught up, like he never tasted death, and it describes like a chariot of fire, and it describes different things that they have no explanation for. And it's just as old as a lot of the text in the Bible and stuff like that. So I don't know what it means. I don't know. We don't know. So no, I don't think we're alone. Ah, no. Look around us. Look in space. How could you be so close-minded or so ignorant to think that there's not other life forms somewhere? Look at it. Who knows what they look like? We don't know. They could look like us. We don't know. They could be different. Does that mean that God's not real because something else looks different? No, we just don't know. You know, but you can't look in all the stars out there and through the telescopes that are taking pictures of everything out there and believe that we're alone. I don't.
No, I don't believe we're alone.
No, we used to say that we were the center of everything. You know, where nothing else existed. That's just bad doctrine, man. Well, we're an hour into this,
I
sweetheart.
know. Wow, we do talk, don't we? We like the sound of our own voices.
Uh, any burning desires?
Huh?
Anything else? Any burning desires? You didn't touch on deja vu.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't think I've really ever had any deja vu, really.
I can't
If
think
I
of any
can
that,
be.
but I'm not saying it's not a possibility. But that would go back to like future telling a little bit, wouldn't it?
Or is it past life stuff where you feel like you've been somewhere before?
Or they
Like it's
believe,
familiar to you?
or that's also connected with future telling too, isn't it? Like they feel like they've been there and then it happens, or anything like that. Should we? Let's say what? Let's get the breakdown on deja vu. Explain deja vu.
I just know that I feel like for me, World War II is something I'm very interested in and feels familiar to me.
Mhm. Deja vu is the feeling that you've already experienced something that is happening right now, even though you know logically that you haven't. The term is French for already seen. It may occur. Yeah, I don't believe in that psychological explanation. In short, the deja vu is a strange feeling of familiarity that happens when your brain tricks you into thinking the present moment has already occurred. You know what? I can't say that I haven't because sometimes I feel like I've been here or seen this before, something like that. I'll get a recognition like that sometimes.
Well, I would say that's deja vu.
Yeah. Yeah, like, God, this thing, I think I've seen this scene before or whatever.
See, I haven't had that.
Ever?
The only thing I can think of is old aircraft, and when in movies you hear the bombs dropping, that sounds so familiar to me.
It's almost like
Like
past
I've
life.
lived it before, yeah. But that goes into that past life feeling.
What? Deja vu. Said hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Is that it, baby?
Yeah, I think so. I
We've
think we've rambled enough, haven't we?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in if you did, and for the ones that will later, because you always get like 300 more that do later. It's been
No,
close.
don't exaggerate.
I'm not. It's like 300 people later because you have some people subscribed.
Yeah.
That's true.
But we thought
So
we'd
everybody,
just do
ah,
something different.
well, thank you.
We thought
Yeah,
we would just do something different and do like a Halloween kind of theme. So if you want to share your stories in the comments down below, please do that.
that would be
Or
really
We're always really interested. Like me and Dustin are going on such a spiritual journey at the moment, especially on demonic stuff.
Yeah, if you guys have any tells you wanna tell, please tell.
And maybe that's more me.
No, it's not.
Kind of thinking about that there is some kind of power force between good and evil.
That's alright. We don't really celebrate it either traditionally. We just talking about different things on Halloween. We don't. We ain't got our
I,
house
d-
ain't decorated.
I no, but I used to. Me and
You used
Clara always
to.
used to.
Or yeah, it was more for her when she was a kid though too,
Yeah, I know.
just so she experienced everything. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, I know you guys would make some crazy little skit videos. They're
I
really
know.
good.
They were really good,
Yeah, they were.
really creepy.
Didn't she dress up like the girl in, Mike Myers? The little girl in Mike Myers? That's what
Oh,
it looked
not
like in the
really.
videos.
Wasn't that me?
I don't know, was I doing this? It looked like it. It looked like that little kid in there, the one that gets hunted down by Mike Myers.
I think it was the music. That's why.
That's
That's
creepy.
why.
You guys did good. Your skits are really good.
I know. I miss those.
You didn't even do a pumpkin.
I don't. Go and show them your pumpkin.
I'm showing 'em my pumpkin.
Why? It's really
Show me your
good.
pumpkin, and I'll show you my pumpkin.
Mm,
It's not
okay.
done. It's not done.
No, mine isn't even done.
Okay,
I'm a
mine's
bit
not
late
done.
this year.
We're both late.
I was going to do an alien pumpkin because I had a grey
We're
one.
going to do an alien pumpkin. You are.
Maybe.
Tomorrow, yeah.
But now I've seen your stencils on yours, I'm like, I want to quit.
Really?
Yeah.
They're not that good.
Yeah, it is good, but you did have stencils, so it isn't like you drew it on by yourself, cause so you kind of
Like, you
cheated.
my pumpkin this year? Hey, that's kinda cool to paint the pumpkins too.
I know I was gonna do that, but then I didn't get round to getting any paints. So
I'm going traditional carving with the jackal face on it.
yeah, it's
Scarecrow
three
jackal.
sides. He wasn't just happy with one side; he wanted to do all
Castle, a
three.
cat, and a jackal face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean the
and you keep
stencil drawings are really good, but I'd like to see how well it looks when it's actually cut. Let's
is
see
this
how
a
good.
challenge?
Let's see how good you are with your little tools.
Okay. Challenge accepted. Okay, guys.
But
I hope you guys
anyway,
subscribe and like. It'd be kinda
yeah, I'm going to try and get back on to doing proper videos and uploading properly. I've just been struggling a bit lately with that, especially
you got some
time.
stuff up to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying
And I'm sorry if you can hear my dog clickety clacketing in the background.
I love it. Get a little tap. And
He
we're
likes
hoping to
to,
have some wedding news soon.
yeah. We're going to aim for the end of March to get married.
Pulling teeth, guys, but she's almost there. Ah,
No, it's not that.
a little bit.
No, I've been going on for ages about it. And I want to try and go to some wedding fairs as well, just to
Yeah,
get me in
I'm gonna
the
be broke
weddingy
over this
mood.
shit. I'm gonna be so broke. Happy Halloween, you too.
Happy Halloween. Did you do any? Oh no, you didn't celebrate Halloween, do you? I was going
Who,
to ask if you did anything.
me?
No, not you, the person in the comments.
They said happy Halloween. No, that ain't the same one that said, oh, yeah, it is saying I don't celebrate Halloween, but they said
Yeah,
happy Halloween. So
yeah.
good for them. Burning desires.
So we're going to wrap it up there because I've got a sore throat now from all this talking. I'm not used to doing so much talking. It's usually Dustin, but
Not true. It's not true. You make the videos where I was, and you talk the whole time. Yeah, You talk enough, baby.
Sometimes. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up now and we're going to end this live if I can remember how to do it. So, if you've liked this video and you want to follow us on our journey, you can like and subscribe. And I'm going to really try and put out some videos very, very soon. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you, everybody, and happy Halloween. And we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye. I don't know how to end it.
I don't know.